Yes, hello, friends, Ray 3% friends, and once again, this is Amon Ray Clavano Lucare, your Boholano broker. And today, November 4, 2023, it's already November 4 as I'm filming this video at 1:09 at dawn because today, this is very historic in the province of Bohol. Because today, again, November 4 is Garcia Day in our home province, Bohol. So, why November 4? And what's Garcia Day? In honor of President Carlos P. Garcia. Who is Carlos Garcia, by the way? So, I'll try to make this as comprehensive as possible. So, in the later part of this video, I will speak Bisaya, kay Bisaya man ko. But for the benefit of those who don't understand Bisaya, I would speak in English based on my research. So, I have several sources for this vlog. So, I have to make sure because this is part of history of the Philippines and the politics in our country. So, yes, actually there was a Republic Act number 7448. So it is a law, an act declaring November 4 a special non-working holiday in the province of Bohol, designating November 2 to 6 as Carlos P. Garcia Week in the said province by the 8th Congress of the Republic, and the date of approval is April 26, 1992, and the House Bill number is 17183. And also there's proclamation number 2458 in the year I was born. I was born May 4, 1985. So this is also in 1985 by Malacanang in Manila. So this proclamation number 2458 declaring Monday, November 4, 1985 as a non-working special public holiday in the province of Bohol and the city of Tagbilaran. Whereas November 4, 1985 marks the 89th birth anniversary of the late President Carlos P. Garcia, an illustrious son of Bohol province who became the President of the Philippines and the first President of the 1971 Constitutional Convention. So, whereas the people of Bohol and Tagbilaran City desire that they be afforded the opportunity to commemorate his natal day. So November 4 is the birth of Carlos P. Garcia. Trivia. And now therefore I, Ferdinand E. Marcos, it's not me, it's Ferdinand E. Marcos, President of the Philippines at the time of the signing of this proclamation, by virtue of the powers vested in me by law, do hereby declare Monday, November 4, 1985 as a non-working special public holiday in the province of Bohol and the city of Tagbilaran, in witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the Republic of the Philippines to be affixed. Done in the city of Manila, this 10th day of October, in the year of our Lord 1985. Signed, Ferdinand E. Marcos, by the President Joaquin T. Venus Jr., Deputy Presidential Executive Assistant. So now, in Bohol, there's actually a town that is named after President Carlos P. Garcia, and that's President P. Carlos P. Garcia town in the province of Bohol. So officially, the municipality of President Carlos P. Garcia, and alternatively known as Pitugo, is a fourth-class municipality in the province of Bohol, Philippines. So this is from Wikipedia. According to the 2020 census, it has a population of 23,625 people. So now let's talk more about Carlos P. Garcia. It's also from Wikipedia, my source. Carlos Polistico Garcia, from November 4 to 1896 until June 14, 1971. So he died on June 14, 1971. My Bisaya tang, sorry. Was a Filipino teacher, poet, orator, lawyer, public official, political economist, guerrilla, and Commonwealth military leader who was the 8th president of the Philippines. A lawyer by profession, Garcia entered politics when he became representative of Bohol's 3rd district in the House of Representatives. He then served as a senator from 1945, that's about after World War II, to 1953. In 1953, he was the running mate of Ramon Magsaysay in the 1953 presidential election. He then served as vice president from 1953 to 1957. After the death of Magsaysay in March 1957, if you can still remember, if you were already born during that time, he succeeded to the presidency. He won a full term in the 1957 presidential election. So after he succeeded Magsaysay, after Magsaysay died, so he won a full term. Because this is very confusing even to me. So that's why it's good that I'm trying to review the details about the presidency of Carlos P. Garcia. So he actually won a national election. Yes, a full term in the 1957 presidential election. He ran for a second full term as president in the 1961 presidential election and was defeated by Vice President Diosdado Macapagal. So, he was vice president from 18th of March to December 30, 1957, and then he was preceded by Ramon Magsaysay and succeeded by Diosdado Macapagal. And he is the first president of the 1971 Philippine Constitutional Convention. He was in office from June 1st, 1971 to June 14, 1971. And the president at the time was Ferdinand Marcos, succeeded by Diosdado Macapagal. He is also the 4th Vice President of the Philippines. He was in office from December 30, 1953 to March 18, 1957. So the president at the time was Ramon Magsaysay, preceded by Fernando Lopez, and succeeded by Diosdado Macapagal. He also was the Secretary of Foreign Affairs. He was in office from December 30, 1953 to August 22, 1957. And during World War II, Garcia refused to cooperate with the Japanese during the war. So about 1940s. He did not surrender when he was placed on the wanted list with a price on his head. He instead took part in the guerrilla activities and served as advisor in the free government organized in Bohol. So, about the early life and education of Carlos P. Garcia, it's actually something that I missed during my history class before. But of course, I know Carlos P. Garcia and some of his life facts. But this one, I kind of missed about his early life and education. Maybe I've read this one before, but yes, I could not remember it anymore up until now. So I'll read this one about his early life and education. Garcia was born in Talibon, Bohol, Philippines on November 4, 1896. That's about 2 years before the Kalayaan sa Pilipinas, right? In 1898. To Policronio Garcia and Ambrosia Polistico, who were both natives of Bangued Abra. So his parents were not pure Boholanos. So yeah, shout out to all my friends in Talibon. I have classmates, engineering classmates from college who are from the town of Talibon. So Garcia grew up with politics, with his father serving as a municipal mayor for 4 terms. He acquired his primary education in his native town Talibon, then took his secondary education in Cebu Provincial High School, now Abellana National High School. It's along Osmeña Boulevard in Cebu. Both at the top of his class. Initially, he pursued his college education at Silliman University in Dumaguete, Negros Oriental, and later studied at the Philippine Law School, then the College of Law, at National University, where he earned his law degree in 1923. And later, actually, my grandfather, my lolo, was born 1921, so he's so much older than my lolo, where he was awarded the honorary degree Doctor of Humanities honoris causa from the National University in 1961. He also received an honorary degree, doctorate degree from Tokyo University in Japan. He was among the top 10 law students in 1933 bar examination. Grabe ang Bisaya nga tang, no? No, rather than practicing law right away, he worked as a teacher for 2 years at Bohol Provincial High School. He became famous for his poetry in Bohol, where he earned the nickname Prince of... wala ko na kung screenshot ang ban. So, anyways, I'll be reading one of his, I will just read kay di na ko ma-memorize. One of his Bisaya poems, which is very popular actually. When I was still active in Boy Scouting movement in Bohol before, when I was in high school and college. So it's always part of the competitions to recite one of Carlos P. Garcia's poems, Babaeng Pilipinhon or Dalagang Pilipinhon. So I actually tried earlier to research online about it, and yeah, finally I found the poem. So I will read later. So this is a blog by, it's actually from Raul Gatal. I know him. He's a Boholano writer. So I've met him also. Maybe I'm not sure if he knows me, but we met a few times in Bohol, in one of the events there before. So this is from him, from Raul Gatal, in his blog. President Carlos B. Garcia with his family daughter Linda Garcia Campos, son-in-law Fernando Campos, and his wife Lunila, creating their first grandchild Maria Carla Campos. So one funny fact about Carlos B. Garcia is that his wife Lunila Garcia, they have the same name as my grandmother, Lunila Makiling Clavano, from Albuquerque, Bohol. Wala lang. I just learned it today. That, but there was like one theater I was part. I know that it was in Lilang, the nickname of Carlos P. Garcia's wife, but I never knew that the real name is Lunila. Anyways, a lot has been said and written about the long and brilliant political career of Bohol's most illustrious son, President Carlos B. Garcia, but only a few really knew his private persona, especially as a husband, as father, and as grandfather. So, Leonila Inday de Mataga of Opon, Cebu. So, taga Cebu ang wife ni Carlos P. Garcia nga tubong Bohol. Comes from a family of politicians as well here in Cebu. So Opon is now Lapu-Lapu City in Mactan Island in Cebu. So Leonila Inday de Mataga of Cebu finished with a Bachelor of Science degree in Pharmacy from University of Santo Tomas. And while practicing her profession in Bohol, she met a young lawyer named Carlos P. Garcia. They were married on May 24, 1933, that's before the World War II, and she became his lucky star, for when they married, it was the start of his illustrious career as leader and as statesman. Their marital union bore an only child named Linda Garcia. Linda was a grounded and level-headed first daughter, was close to the Malacanang staff, and was accommodating to the Boholanos who always dropped by Malacanang. So I've never been to Malacanang, but I've been to Manila like a few weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, last month. We had a national convention of real estate brokers in Muntinlupa City, and I went to Intramuros. So my friend from the Coast Guards told me that Malacanang is just nearby, but I didn't have the time to visit Malacanang. So maybe in my next visit in Manila, I will have the opportunity and chance to be in Malacanang. Anyway, segue, no? So, the only grandchild of Carlos P. Garcia what's his name? Juan Carlos? Uh, no, not Juan Carlos. That's a singer. I think, yeah, he recalls that Campos, it's Campos. When my lolo was already out of politics, he would often garden and take care of his wild dogs and pigs. While he went once around our place every morning, I'd follow him, Campos recalls. That's why he loved the University of the Philippines in Diliman because of the trees and open spaces. For him, it was the best place to study. My lolo was a typical Filipino who believed that the best conversations happen over lunch or dinner, which is right. And um, he also viewed his Lolo and Lola as inseparable couple. Campos describes his grandparents as an inseparable couple. His Lolo Carlos said was Carlos is the name of his grandson, of Carlos P. Garcia's grandson. He described his Lolo as calm and reserved, who did yoga, breathing and stretching as early as 5 a.m. His Lola Leonila was the chikadora who ran all the events and parties in the house. So my Lola also Leonila, during the World Wars, I don't know, during the martial law times, I think. I don't know, not martial times, but during Marcos' time, the father, not PBBM, the president now of the Philippines. My Lola was served also as a kagawad in our barangay in my birth uh, place in Taguani, Albuquerque, Bohol. So no, I'm just connecting my personal life to the life of Carlos P. Garcia. Anyways, so Carlos recalls that when I was when he was 7 years old, and when his lolo was the president of the Philippines, he actually didn't know the significance of being the president of the country. So as a poet, Garcia became famous for his poetry in Bohol, where he earned the distinction Prince of Visayan Poet. Ay, bye, what's up?